Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's the most important time of the year. Yes, I know, it's also the most stressful one because the application cycle is about to begin. And I want you guys to be ready, I want you guys to be prepared, so that's why I'm making this video to kind of remind you that you can do a couple of things right before the application cycle opens. So if you want to hear my tips and tricks, then keep on watching. So yeah, you might think, what? The CAAPID website isn't even open yet, so what am I really supposed to do? How am I supposed to work on my application? Well, there's definitely a couple of things that you can do right now, just to be a little bit ahead of other people maybe, and just so that you are able to send off your application as one of the first students. And I have always said that if you send off your applications first, you might be the first one that the schools see, and you might stand out more to them if you are one of the first students. And I believe that's what helped me last year to get invitations, is definitely that I applied very early on, right when the application cycle opened, because later on there's going to be more competition and it's definitely going to get harder. I also heard from a professor at BU that they very likely accept students in the beginning of the season, and later on, even though their application deadline is I think in November or so, it's getting super competitive, and only like the top 1% student literally get accepted. So if you don't have such a strong background, or if you don't have that much experience, it's definitely better for you to be faster than other people and maybe, just apply sooner than other people do. So let's start with your standardized tests. TOEFL. You might have to retake your TOEFL because it's only valid for 2 years, and if it expires this upcoming year, you might not get invited by schools just because you have an expired or almost expired TOEFL. So make sure it's good for this whole upcoming year. And if not, you might have to retake it either this month or next month. I also have a video about how to pass TOEFL like the lazy way. I have a couple templates and stuff which I used twice, because the second time I did have to retake my TOEFL since it would be expiring like the upcoming July, I think. So I wanted to make sure that it's valid for the whole year. The good thing about the INBDE is that it's valid forever, and we're lucky we don't have to take it again. Then the next thing is your evaluations. You have to have 3 of them. So contact the dean of your old dental school, then contact a professor or a teacher that has taught you at this previous dental school, and the third evaluation letter has to be from a dentist here in the United States. So you can email them, message them, call them, whatever you have to do, just to let them know that, hey, in early March you will receive an email and you will have to upload your evaluation letter for me. You will not be able to do that yourself. They have to do it. The evaluator has to upload that onto the CAAPID website, because you know how busy they are and they might have a lot of things going on. So if you tell them already, they have time to prepare themselves, they have time to write that evaluation letter, maybe they need your help doing that, and all of that takes time. So if you start now, it's better. Also, you can help them with maybe a template which makes it easier for them and saves them some time too. Then you can start thinking about the experiences that you have gathered this past year. Even if it was just like an hour or 2, it doesn't matter. Whatever you have done in dentistry or in terms of volunteering, you can put on the list already and kind of structure all the experiences that you had. This will later on save you a lot of time. Let's not forget about the most important thing, which is the personal statement. I know we love it, we love writing that, but we have to work on it again, and we might even have to rewrite it. There's a reason why you didn't get accepted the last year, or why it didn't work out for you the way you wanted to. So make sure your personal statement is on point. I worked on mine a couple of times, and it only got better with time. Even if you have a couple of American friends or someone who's a native English speaker, you could give it to them to read and maybe get some feedback and improve a couple things. And I'm always saying, make this personal statement as emotional as possible. You have to convey your feelings about dentistry. You have to impress the reader and like tell them how important dentistry is for you, how much it changed your life, and just like think about it this way. Try to make the reader cry. If you do that, you win basically, because that means you have written something special, something beautiful, and they will remember you for that. Otherwise, they read over 2,000, 5,000, whatever letters, so it's hard for them to remember people, and it's hard to stand out in a big crowd like that. You really got to do something different. So maybe try off an innovative way of writing a personal statement. Just design it a little bit different, make it funny, make it emotional, whatever is your type of writing. And if you're not a big writer, don't worry. I'm not a big writer either, and I kind of managed. With time, it really got better. So the first one is really gonna suck, but like the third or fourth one is gonna be really good. So don't give up and keep working on it. The next thing that you can do is make a list of all the schools that you would like to apply to. It might be a list of 5 to 10 or even 15 schools. It really depends on how many you want to apply to and how much you want to pay for applications. But once you have this list, you can go through their requirements and see what they really want from their students, like what kind of GPA they require, what kind of TOEFL score they want, and then you can also think about what else they might ask you. Some schools like UPenn, for example, wants extra essays. Other schools like BU wants CV or resume. Things like a CV you can work on already and just have that saved on your computer so that you don't have to waste time on that later on. So once the application cycle opens in early March, you will be able to import all the information that you have typed in last year and transfer it to your new application. Some things you will have to write new, like all the experience that you have gathered and stuff like that. So, and then also you have to fill out a part where it's asking for what have you improved since, I'm just paraphrasing, but what have you improved since last year's application, what is different this time, and what schools have you applied to last time, so stuff like that. So you can already write those little essays, mini essays down too if you want. And then when you go through your whole application, you definitely have to spell check every single thing. Make sure that there is no spelling errors whatsoever, because this will really make your application worse than it actually is. If they find any spelling errors, they might not even continue looking at your letters or at your personal statement or whatever. And yeah, once you have all of that, just, be ready with all of it in the beginning of March, send everything off as soon as the application cycle starts, and this will make you stand out. So if you have any questions, please let me know. You can write them down in the comments below, or you can actually follow me on Instagram. I opened an Instagram account, so if you're interested, you can go check it out. And yeah, I guess I will see you in my next video.